Hello friends, this is CA Bharat Galani welcoming you to this first session on the Indian Partnership Act 1932. In our earlier session, we have covered the Indian Contract Act 1872 and the Sale of Goods Act 1930. So this is the third and the last act that we'll be covering today. Now, this act was formed by repealing some sections of the Indian Contract Act. This I had told you when we were doing the Sale of Goods Act. Same is the case with the Indian Partnership Act. Earlier, these two acts were part of the Contract Act, and then later on, a need for a separate act regarding these topics, sale of goods and partnership, was felt and needed. So new acts for both of them were formed. So now we have the Indian Partnership Act 1932 before us. So when I read the name, the Indian Partnership Act 1932, this tells me that this act has been formed in India. This has been enacted in the year 1932, and the most important word here is partnership. This act deals with partnerships, various laws and provisions relating to partnership. So we'll study all about partnership, how a partnership is formed, who can be a partner, what actually is the meaning of a partner, how can the partnership be dissolved, what is the kind of relations that the partners share amongst themselves, what are their rights and duties, and what are their liabilities towards the outside. These are some of the issues that I have brought before you, but many things relating to partnership we'll be discussing ahead. So let's get started with the Indian Partnership Act 1932. Now this act has been divided into three parts by us for easy understanding, three units. The first unit being the nature of partnership, general nature of partnership. What actually is partnership and how is it different from the other forms of business or other forms of organization. The next unit is about relation of partners. What kind of a relation the partners share amongst themselves. What are the rights and duties of partners? What are the authorities of partners? What are the liabilities of partners towards other partners and towards the outsiders? All these things will be covered in the second unit. And finally, we'll study registration and dissolution. How a partnership firm is formed or registered and how it is dissolved, that is brought to an end. So this is the topics in our ambit in the Act of Indian Partnership Act 1932. So let's get started with the first unit, general nature of partnership.